Hey everybody, it's C'est La Vie 3, and we are on our way to the vet.
I think one of the ways we want to start with this is we know how important pets are to the family and how much they are very much a part of our families. So this is no difference. We've had baby Belle back here, Southern Belle, whatever it's called, but we call her Belle. She's been with the family for
13 years.
13 years. So we were really hesitant about taking her with us to Europe for a year or so, just based on the fact that she's rather old. But I don't know. She's always come with us on every single one of our journeys. So it was hard for us to say no to her.
And no, we don't always keep her in a child's car seat.
So we wanted to give you guys a little bit of a background on what it entails to get Belle, or your pet, your dog, your cat, your ferret, whatever it might be, with you to Europe.
And now they do have different stipulations. Cats, dogs, and ferrets are in one category, and then birds, and then there was another category.
Lizards and something.
Yeah, so we obviously don't know anything other than cats, and a little bit about dogs, just because they have the same form. But I mean, it's pretty. I don't want to say easy,
straightforward. But all right. So what we did is you have to shop around based on which country you're going. Most of the European Union as a whole have the same kind of generic base of what you need to do to get your pet into Europe. But what's a little different is it's country specific about where you want to be spending most of your time. And if you go to certain other countries, there's additional forms you have to do. So if you're traveling, say, to Scandinavia, there's other things. If you're traveling to the UK where there's no rabies, there's other things. And so there's some quarantine that might be involved. So do a lot of research on this one and figure out if it's worth it to you guys if you want to take your pet.
Type in USDA International Pet Travel, and then they've got a great website where you can just plug in whichever countries you're going to, what kind of cat you have, or what kind of pet you have, and they'll give you a great rundown on step 1, you do this, step 2, you do this, step 3, and now you're ready to go. So it's very helpful. And it's gonna be, it may be, depending on where you live, be a little tricky because it's a serious thing. I mean, you're showing up at the airport with international flights tickets in hand. These vets don't want to risk messing up your trip. So, and there's a lot of paperwork involved. There's a big process for them. And so a lot of them just don't, I don't know that they just don't want a headache, or they don't want the pressure. You know, if they mess up something, miss signing something, you are stuck. And your family's probably going without you and your pet because you've got to get it figured out. So, it was really tricky to figure out a vet near us who would do it. Made sure, you know, you have to call the USDA and make sure that, yes, in fact, the vet is USDA certified, just as they said they were. So it's, you know, you've got to do your research and make sure you're not going to have any issues for sure. All right, so let's get into the details specifically for Spain. Spain requires a current rabies vaccination as well as the animal being microchipped. Both of those have to be tied together so they can make sure that they do have a microchip number on their rabies certificate, as well as needing a health certificate signed by a USDA approved veterinarian with their microchip information on the certificate as well. And that certificate needs to be signed by the USDA. All of that has to happen, the health certificate, within 10 days of entering the European Union.
And we have this really small window to get everything lined up between when she starts one piece of paperwork and she finishes the other piece of paperwork on the other side of the ocean.
Yes, and she has to have, she can't get her rabies vaccination at this appointment. So she has to have a rabies vaccination 21 days before this appointment, which we have already done, as well as the initial health checkup.
So keep that in mind. You have to kind of stagger parts of this all the way up to that 10-day window.
Yes. I was going to throw out the financial stuff for you guys.
Good idea.
It will obviously differ based on where you are and what the vet prices are. For the original health checkup and the rabies and microchip, it was about $100. And then this appointment for the health certificate will be $150. I believe they do another checkup, so that might be another $20 or $30, I'm not sure. So we could be walking out of there close to $200. Then we have the USDA appointment in 2 days, and that will be $40 for them to proofread everything, make sure everything's checked off, process the paperwork, their signature, and then they pass it to me, and we carry it with us on the plane with Belle. So, I mean, I'd say, what is that? I didn't do the math, but like $350 possibly. I
would say worst case scenario, plan on $500 depending on where you're located. But yeah, we're gonna get out for under $300, or we'll get her over there for $300. And the ticket on the airlines and stuff, that'll kind of roll into it. But we're not gonna include that on this.
No, this is just, you know, getting your pet ready to go. Just pet specific, basically.
Yeah, and if you can, just side note, try to see if you can get the kitty cat in the plane with you guys.
All right, if you like this video, give us a thumbs up and comment below with any information. By the time you guys see this, since we will edit it, we will already be over there, but we would love to hear any experiences you guys have, because if you comment and other people see it, it's helpful for them as well. Yeah. So,
or if you have any questions, throw them down there, because we have a great group of followers, and a lot of them are super knowledgeable about this stuff.
Absolutely. So if we don't know it, they might. All right, well, have a great day, and don't forget to subscribe for future videos. Bye, guys.
Later.